Okay, so what kind of strategy can you use right here at a time like this? Because this move is excellent and it is a bullish confirmation signal indicating that the SPY and other stocks may indeed seek higher levels from here. There are some risks involved and we will talk about them in today's video. My name is Nathan. Welcome to the Finance Hydra channel, where you receive analysis without bias, without guesswork, emotions, or gut feelings. All of our ideas and insights are based on technical analysis, statistics, and facts. So let's see what the SPY is doing right now, because it is a new all-time high. We are breaking the previous resistance level at 646, triggering a crystal clear bullish pivot point, making a higher high, higher low, while we are still inside an ascending channel. So we see many technical evidence suggesting that yes, we are maintaining the uptrend. The bias is still bullish. There is not a single bearish reversal candle pattern or chart pattern suggesting a possible pullback or reversal from here. So far, we are still maintaining the uptrend 100% intact. Okay, now you may say, but Nathan, what could possibly ruin this bullish bias over here? Well, first, you gotta pay attention to the 646, because this key point was our previous resistance level here again yesterday. Now this key point is working as a support level for us. Today's low was roughly around 646. So yes, the polarity just changed over here. Now, if we see the SPY tomorrow or in the next few days making a very ugly bearish reaction, losing the 646 again, closing below this key point, then okay, only then I'll be convinced about the idea of a possible bull trap in this case. Okay, but for now, guys, in the lack of technical evidence, in the lack of technical structure suggesting a bearish reaction, SPY is just maintaining the bullish bias. Remember, we can't predict the future. We can't possibly tell how our next candle will look like. Okay, we don't know. And of course, we don't need to know in order to trade well, okay? So trading is reactive. It is not predictive. So for now, we see a continuation of this uptrend. That's all that I know. If we see a top signal, a ugly reaction closing below the 646, then okay, we may see a sharper pullback, a possible bull trap, and even a possible reversal ahead. But for now, we are just doing fine. On the 1 hour chart, we see this bullish pivot point over here. We are still above the 21-hour EMA, which was our previous support level over here, by the way, right? So we are short-term wise, we are bullish. Medium-term wise, we are also bullish. Now, long-term wise, we are bullish as well. What's more, there is not a single top signal on the weekly chart yet. We saw a bearish reaction a few weeks ago over here, right? But this top signal wasn't triggered. So for now, we are far away from making a decent or a quite reliable bearish reversal chart structure on the SPY ETF. Therefore, using all of these technical evidence, I can say to you that we are just maintaining the bullish bias. There is no reason to worry about the SPY. Just pay attention to the 646, because that's our major support level, our main inflection point over here. If we see the SPY losing it, then okay, only then I'll be more convinced about a sharper bearish reaction. For now, all can I say is that we are heading towards our next resistance level, which is the resistance line of this ascending channel. Okay, this green line, I'm so sorry, purple line up here. Okay, so that's where I see the SPY next, if you ask me, just like Google did, right? A few days ago, no, last month over here, I did warn you guys about a bullish pivot point on Google, and I told you guys, our next technical target is the resistance line of our ascending channel, because Google is maintaining the uptrend. And that's what's going on over here so far. That's precisely what I see the SPY doing, right? It is just like Google, right? We see pivot point getting triggered. So yes, our next technical target is this key point over here. That's quite realistic, okay? This is not crazy at all. It is a quite realistic target to work with. We have technical evidence supporting this thesis. Now, QQQ is also maintaining the bullish bias still inside this ascending channel. We briefly lost it over here, okay? But right now, we are recovering. We are above the 21-day EMA again, the exponential moving average on the daily chart. We are now trying to make higher highs, higher lows, but we have a few more dollars to go until we reach our next technical resistance level at 583, okay? That's our main key point. Only if we see QQQ breaking this key point, we may technically trigger another bullish continuation chart pattern, okay? For now, QQQ is just okay, all right? It is not as good as the SPY ETF, if you ask me, because we are still below this resistance level, but we are doing very good, all right? It is still maintaining the bullish bias. What's more, on the 1-hour chart, we see higher highs, higher lows. I told you guys yesterday or a few days ago about the possibility of this pennant chart pattern, right? And right now, we did trigger this pattern over here by breaking this trend line resistance level on the QQQ. So yes, we are now short-term wise bullish, medium-term wise also bullish, long-term wise on the weekly chart also bullish, and we did avoid a top signal on the weekly chart as well, okay? So yes, we see the market doing very nice. We see many other stocks performing very well. So let's see how they are doing, starting with Nvidia, which is going down 0.82% today. And that's absolutely nothing. Considering we just reported earnings yesterday, this volatility is quite controlled, right? I mean, we are still inside this congestion on the daily chart. We see this rectangle chart pattern up here, okay? So yes, we have yet to see a clear breakout. So in spite of earnings volatility, Nvidia is still inside its medium-term congestion, okay? Yesterday in the post-market, we saw Nvidia reaching the 174, which is not a coincidence at all, because this key point is still our major support level, okay? Only by losing the 174, I see Nvidia making a sharper correction, possibly to the 165 or maybe even lower, maybe making a top signal on the weekly chart, correcting to the 21 weekly moving average. But for now, we are still inside this congestion. Conversely, if we see Nvidia breaking the 183, we may see another bullish rally to the 200s, which is our next psychological resistance level. There is no other technical target because we are near all-time highs, okay? So let's work with a psychological number, round number $200, okay? That's gonna be our next technical target if we see breakout of the 183. So far, there is no breakout of this resistance level and there is no breakout of this support level, if you ask me. Now, if you ask me, in my humble opinion, I was expecting a better correction on Nvidia, okay? Even considering that earnings were phenomenal, okay? Nvidia is phenomenal, is the best stock to invest ever. It's my favorite one. I invested since 2020, but we have yet to see a sharper correction, okay? So, because guys, only when we see a clear distortion after earnings, we can take advantage of earnings. Because for swing trading purposes, We don't trade earnings, okay? We don't hold stocks during earnings. For long-term investing, okay, yes, we can hold. I have been holding my shares here since 2020, all right? So that's okay. We can hold during earnings, but for swing trading, it is very difficult to nail a good opportunity if we don't see a good distortion after earnings, in the day after. Okay, so right now we just see some stabilization. Well, let me exemplify this to you, okay? Let me exemplify this to you. XP is one of the stocks that I maintain on my radar. I invest in this company as well, right? It is a Brazilian company. It is on NASDAQ, of course, and this one made a pullback to close this little gap over here after earnings report. Okay, by the moment we saw this collapse, I gave you guys the buy signal on our Telegram channel right here, down here. Now it is exploding, going up almost 90% just today. Okay, it is performing very well, but we bought near a support level after crazy volatility because of earnings. That's the kind of stuff I like to see. Nvidia failed in making such reaction. So, okay, so far so good, all right? We are maintaining the bullish bias. There is no new opportunity, but we can't complain as well, all right? Because it is still inside its congestion. So, well, now is the same old story. Only a breakout of one of its major inflection points could bring something new. Nvidia is still performing sideways, moving sideways. And by the way, if you want to join our Telegram channel and follow me, follow our trades, get access to our exclusive signals and trading strategies, well, join the 5% project. We are here to help you guys. We do help hundreds of traders to make money every single day on this market, and you can join us over there. The link to my website is in this video's description. So take a look over there, see if you like what we have to offer. Signals every single day, strategies every single day. We do lives together, all right, exclusive lives. So if you want to join our community, the link is in this video's description, okay? Free trial. You pay nothing for 7 days, okay? You have nothing to lose. Just check out if you like our services, okay? So yes, you can join our Telegram channel for free. Now, Tesla materializing the top signal. I did warn you guys yesterday, okay, here on this channel. I told you guys, hey, we see a shooting star candle pattern over here. This alone is not necessarily horrible, but if we lose this shooting star's low and this support level at $348.98, we may trigger a top signal, okay? What's more, on the 1 hour chart, we are losing the 21-hour EMA, giving us the impression of a possible head and shoulders chart pattern. This bounce over here could be just another dead cat bounce to find this double resistance level over here and another collapse. Okay, so that's how I see Tesla right now. It is trying to make a pullback on the daily chart, okay? Reversal on the 1 hour chart, pullback on the daily chart. Now, a pullback to the 21-day EMA would be totally normal, expected, acceptable, not a reason to panic, just another possible buying opportunity near a support level, because that's what we like to do, right? We like to buy near I'm so sorry. Near support levels, not near resistance levels. We don't like to buy over here. We like to buy over here, right? Or over here. So the risk reward ratio is better near support levels. So right now, Tesla is definitely not a buy. But if you ask me, it is not a sell either, because we are maintaining the bullish bias. We are above the 21-day EMA, above this purple trend line over here. We are still making higher highs, higher lows. So yes, we are bullish, okay? But a pullback could be acceptable and even desirable in this specific circumstance, because we can buy near support levels again. So we'll see, right? Let's hope Tesla is gonna correct a little bit more, so other people who wanna join this party can buy near support levels at a cheaper price, giving fuel to the next bullish rally. Okay, that's what Tesla deserves, if you ask me. So yes, now we are just making the materialization of a top signal near a resistance level. All right, and we have AMD or AMD, right? Our dear AMD below the 21-day MA. It is right now struggling a lot near this key point. Okay, we don't have an amazing, incredible breakout of this moving average yet, but at least we are avoiding a top signal in this area. If you ask me, AMD is stabilizing because of Nvidia, all right? Nvidia is also stabilizing, so AMD is gonna stabilize as well. Now, if we see the continuation of this uptrend, if we see Nvidia breaking this resistance level, if we see the Nasdaq maintaining the bullish bias to the 583, probably AMD is going to fly as well to retest the 182 resistance level. Okay, that's where I see AMD next. And right now, in the absence of a clear top signal near this resistance level, another rally is the most likely scenario. Okay, we have decent chances of recovering and seeking higher levels from here. Now, could AMD collapse from here? Of course it could, but there is no technical evidence suggesting that yet, okay? A few days ago, I told you guys about this candle, okay? We did analyze this candle last Tuesday, okay? This Tuesday, right? I told you guys, yes, we see bearish candle over here, but this alone is not a meaningful top signal yet. We gotta make a clear bearish reaction, clear bearish reversal chart pattern on the 1-hour chart. We gotta see the confirmation of a top signal on the daily chart, and only then we may see AMD collapsing, retesting the 157 or maybe lower levels like the 147 down here. In the absence of such technical evidence, we can't possibly work with a bearish scenario on AMD right here, right now. Okay, we are still looking very nice. Yes, we are struggling to break this 21-day MA, but in the end, technical evidence says that the odds favor the bulls. All right, we are still maintaining the uptrend. We'll see tomorrow. If tomorrow we have another bearish candle like this, then I'll be here to tell you guys, yes, my dear friends, we have another possible top signal. Let's see if we have more confirmation on the 1-hour chart and if we can see more confirmation on the daily chart in the next few days. And obviously, I'll be here because we are here every single day analyzing the market, studying the main inflection points of every single one of our stocks. So if you are not a subscriber, you really should subscribe, because probably you are enjoying this video so far, okay? So by joining our channel, you will have access to all of these ideas and much more on a daily basis. So subscribe and click on the like button to support this community as well. All right, you are more than welcome to join the Finance Hydra channel. Right now, okay, AMD, our beautiful AMD, is performing well. Now, Palantir. This one is a little bit more dangerous. Why? Because we saw a huge collapse, okay? And then we saw this hammer candle pattern. I told you guys this on this very day, all right? Guys, we have a hammer. That's a very nice bottom signal, okay? So Palantir could fly again to higher levels. What's the problem? The 160, okay? The 160 and this 21-day MA, together, they are a very strong double resistance level for Palantir. So we gotta be very careful in this very specific situation, because although we see a bounce over here, this bounce could be just a bounce, just a dead cat bounce, if we don't break these resistance levels as soon as possible. Okay, now Palantir is trying, all right, it is trying. Yesterday we saw a possible top signal, we saw a dark cloud cover candle pattern. Okay, now we are avoiding this pattern because we are making a hammer closing above yesterday's close. So okay, we are trying very hard to avoid a top signal, but we gotta break these key points as soon as possible so we can actually fly to higher levels, okay? And Palantir is one of those good examples when everything's possible, okay? If you say to me, Nathan, I am bullish on Palantir, I saw this hammer over here, I'm still optimistic, all right? I still see Palantir bullish on the weekly chart, so I like to follow the long-term trend, and I see Palantir reacting above a support level, so to me, Palantir is a buy, okay? Yes, we still gotta break this 21-day MA, this 160, but in the end, I still see Palantir as a buy than as a sell, okay? Because to sell, well, I don't believe that Palantir could collapse from here. Now, conversely, if you say to me, Nathan, I want to short Palantir, I will ask you, why? What's your target? What's your stop loss? What's Palantir's beta? Do you know the answer for all these questions? I do know. Yesterday we had a dark cloud cover. If we close below this dark cloud cover's low around 155, I see this as a top signal getting triggered. Below the 21-day MA, we see possible head and shoulders on the daily chart. In this case, we may easily correct to the 142 or maybe even lower levels like the 130s again. Okay, so this is my entry point, this is gonna be my target, my stop loss is gonna be above this dark cloud cover's high at 162. Risk reward ratio very nice. If I lose money, I'm gonna risk like $7. If I'm right, I can make much more than $7. So yes, I do see good risk reward relationship on Palantir. So okay, yes, that's a very solid technical evidence, okay? That's a very solid trading plan, trading idea. That's what I like to teach you guys here on this channel every single day. If you do have a plan, okay, fine. Maybe you disagree with my main idea, right? I do see Palantir as more bullish than bearish, okay? Maybe you disagree with that. Maybe you can disagree with my own reading, with the way that I read charts. You may disagree. That's not a problem, okay? We are still friends, all right? We are all friends over here. No need to argue. No need to be upset with me. I'm not gonna be upset at you. That's okay. We are still gonna be friends, right? I'm not gonna be sad or anything else, disappointed, etc. It's still good. However, if you don't use stop loss, if you don't have a target, if you don't know that Palantir has a beta of roughly 2.41 and if you don't understand the context that Palantir is right now considering the broad market, then I'll be upset. Okay, that's gonna be sad, all right? Because as retail traders, we gotta understand that only by trading using a very good technique, only by using a solid trading plan, we can prevail. We can have a chance to prevail in the long term. We are not here to make money today, tomorrow, this week. We are here to make money consistently over the next few years. And only by using a good strategy, you can achieve that goal, okay? Only by using a good strategy, you have a chance to survive in this market long enough to start making money consistently, okay? So that's why I always tell you guys, know the target, know the stop loss, know why you are buying, why you are selling, what to do in every single possible scenario. By designing a good strategy, you are not gonna bet on the market anymore. You are gonna trade for real. And that's what we do every single day, okay? So guys, again, if you are bullish or bearish, it doesn't matter, okay? We can always find a plan for every single trading style, especially right now with Palantir bouncing off the support level and trying to make top signals over here, okay? So for now, well, only a breakout of the 160 could bring something new, while only a downwards breakout of the 142 could totally reject the idea of a hammer candle pattern on the daily chart and confirm a bearish pivot point on the daily chart. Of course, I do understand that these key points are quite far away from each other, right? It is not like here. okay, which I did warn you guys about as well. I told you guys before the loss of the 182, guys, by losing this red line, we may correct to lower levels, okay, so stay alert. Well, we did a very sharp correction. This time was easy, okay? Now Palantir is not that easy anymore. It will get easier eventually, but right now it is a complicated situation. I see other stocks performing better than Palantir, okay? Or maybe better is wrong, okay? I see other stocks making clearer movements than Palantir, okay? Good. So yes, that's how I see Palantir right now. And super microcomputer, this one, I see some people a little bit upset about this one, because since earnings report we are collapsing. All right, we saw this huge collapse. I was trying to nail a bottom signal, okay, but super microcomputer failed in triggering a bottom signal. It was not, again, it was not like XP, which actually triggered a clear bottom signal to us, and right now it is flying. No, this one collapsed after earnings. We were nowhere near any support level, and we failed in making a top signal. So yes, this one is not clear to me. It is still not clear to me, but if you are bullish on super microcomputer, now that we are near the 21 weekly moving average again, maybe we have a chance to react. What's the only thing missing over here? A clear bullish pivot point on the daily chart. Now, if we see this going on, right, a higher high, higher low, breaking this resistance level, breaking the 21-day EMA again, only then I'll be more convinced about a bullish reversal chart pattern on the daily chart and a bottom signal on the weekly chart. Okay, now is the perfect time to see a bullish reaction on super microcomputer, but we have to wait for more confirmation. We have to wait a little bit more. Patience, okay? Patience pays off in this market. So we gotta just observe calmly how super microcomputer is going to behave from here. What's more, on the daily chart, we see the 41.06 as our next major support level, and we are above this key point right now. So we have something over here, okay? I do like super microcomputer. It is performing not necessarily well, but it is promising. Okay, it is one of the stocks that I have on my radar, and I always keep an eye on this one here on this channel as well. Therefore, remember, subscribe to keep in touch with my future analysis. And we have Broadcom. This one is maintaining the bullish bias. It is not like super microcomputer. It is not like Palantir. It is insanely bullish. What's the problem? For swing trading purposes, we can't trade Broadcom because it is going to report earnings in 7 days. 7 days is not a, well, there is not enough time to materialize a good, meaningful movement in 7 days, even considering that its beta is of 2.30. Okay, so even in this scenario, I prefer to stay on the sidelines. I'm not recommending Broadcom right now because I still see this one as a bullish, but we are very close to earnings report. Now, if Broadcom continues this bullish bias, well, possibly we're going to materialize a V-shaped recovery, and our next technical target is $317. Okay, that's our next major target on Broadcom. Now, if Broadcom collapses again after earnings next week, then maybe we can have another opportunity to trade it. Broadcom is one of the stocks that I always maintain on my radar. I always try to nail a good bottom signal, but I always see other stocks performing better than Broadcom, so that's why I rarely recommend Broadcom on our Telegram channel, but it is in a healthy uptrend, maintaining the pattern of higher highs, higher lows, right? We do not see reversal yet, and 317 is our next major target, but next week is gonna be decisive. Next Friday is gonna be interesting because we may see another bottom signal on Broadcom. If we do, well, I'll be here to keep you guys updated. So again, remember, subscribe, like this video to keep in touch with our future daily analysis. See you guys tomorrow, my dear friends. Stay safe. Farewell.